Being able to play without looking at your hands is a byproduct of playing over a long period of time, but this is also a skill you can develop. I'm going to show you how you can train yourself to play guitar without looking at your hands as much. One of the main reasons I started playing guitar was so I could accompany myself while I sing. Now when you sing, you want to be able to look out at the audience and not at your hands. Plus, it's hard to look at your hands when you have a microphone in your face. So I needed to figure out a way to play chords without looking at my hands, and the best way I could figure out how to do this was simply to close my eyes, or at least look away, and try to feel the chords. So let's say you have a chord progression that moves from G to C to D7 and back to G. Now at the beginning I wasn't able to find the chords that easily. What I had to do was feel the frets. I know my bass note on the G was on the 6th string, 3rd fret, so I'd find my 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and take it from there. Then moving from G to C, I'm playing this G with fingers 2 and 3 for my 2 lowest notes. So I know that I can move those fingers 1 string away and get to the C chord pretty easily. And then moving from the C chord to the D7, it helps to know that the first finger stays the same, and then back to the G chord. So when you're doing this, it helps a lot to think about common fingers and similar chord shapes. Again, I wasn't able to find those chords so quickly when I first started doing this. I just had to put in the work, put in the time, and really work on playing by feel. Once I got to the point where I could find those chords fairly regularly, I would start to add some patterns, either a simple fingerstyle pattern or a strumming pattern. So let's say we wanted to practice this boom chick pattern. I would do that on every chord, the G, making sure I find my bass string, which is pretty easy to do because the G is a 6th string chord. Then I'd feel my way to the C chord, make sure I can find my bass string, move to the D7 chord by feel, find my bass string, the 4th string now, and then back to the G chord. Once you can find your bass notes fairly easily, then it's time to play your progression in time. So G, C, D7, and G. And unfortunately, there's no magic here. It's just practice, putting in the time, work on feeling the frets. You can use the same approach if you want to play lead lines and melodies by feel, and scales are really good for this. So practice some scales with your eyes closed, or at least looking away. And this has to be on a scale that you know really well. If you're still working on a scale, you're going to need to look at your hands so you know what's going on. So let's say you're comfortable with this major scale. Find your first note, go ahead and look to find your first note, and then play the scale with your eyes closed, or at least looking away. Play it very slowly, and really focus on feeling the frets. And if you make a mistake, maybe you shifted to your left or to your right accidentally, you hit the wrong string with your right hand or whatever, stop, isolate the mistake, and start over. Feel those frets. And once you can play that scale slowly and accurately without looking, then you can start to speed it up a bit. And of course, you can do the same thing with melodies or lead lines that you're working on. And again, there's no magic here. You just have to put in the work. No matter how good you get, you're still going to have to look at your hands from time to time. But being able to play by feel can really free you up. You can look out at the audience, and it's going to help you become a better music reader because you'll be able to focus on the music in front of you and just let your hands do their thing. If you want to start learning scales, check out my first scales video. And if you'd like a systematic approach to learning how to play melodies or chords, check out my melody guitar book series and my rhythm guitar book series. I'll put links for books and videos in the description. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more guitar tips.